guys, welcome back to Level Grinding. I am Rachel Bastarash-Bogan. I'm a video editor, an author, and an entrepreneur here in Denver, Colorado. If you have not yet spent any time with me, I make these videos documenting my journey as an entrepreneur so that you can see what it looks like building your business from the ground up when you're at the bottom floor. A lot of people make their videos about where they're at 10 years, 15 years down the road, and they talk about what it took for them to get where they are, but they're not showing you what it looks like down in the nitty-gritty when you're first starting out and you're working at your kitchen table. So that is why I make these videos, so that you can see what it's like and how hard you work and what it actually looks like when you are the boss and you get to wear slippers at home and you also have to be the boss. So the past couple weeks, I have been consolidating what I normally do on a daily basis and putting everything together into a weekly update. For me, this has been a little bit easier to keep on top of, so I hope you all don't mind that I've kind of gone down to one video a week. But at the moment, this is sustainable for me, and I feel like I'm able to just create something a little bit better. If you guys have thoughts or comments on that, leave that down in the description. Well, I would leave it in the description. You guys would leave it in the comments. Good grief, I am having a really hard time with this today. But today is Tuesday. I did not record anything yesterday on Monday, and that's because I actually didn't do anything yesterday. My Mondays are supposed to be my future day, the day where I do all of my reporting, where I do all of my marketing, where I write out all of my finances, and I just keep on track for all those high-level things. These are things that I often push aside to the back burner when I am busy working very hard on projects, and so for the past month I have been dedicating my Mondays to that. However, that did not happen yesterday, and so today I'm trying to make up for that. I'll get a little bit into why I didn't do that in a little bit, like why I didn't actually stick my Monday on Monday the way that it's supposed to be. So I'll get more into that in a little bit. But right now I am trying to set out the rest of my week and plan what I'm doing. Thankfully, I am not working on a video editing project. The one that I have been working on for Adam Zimmer and the Denver 3D print company went live on Friday, which is fantastic. His Kickstarter is off to a fantastic start. If you want to know more about that, either check out last week's video simply because that has the link to it in the description box, or you can check it out down here. But if you want to see it immediately, maybe just go right over there. Either way, it is online, and so I'm really excited about that. It's already been working, and Adam's Kickstarter is off to a great start. So I'm super excited to have been a part of that, but now I'm finished with it, and so now it's time to move on to other things. And right now, that is backing away from my last very small archiving project. So this week I'm going to be working on the last of the tutorial videos that I need to get done, a little bit more of the cataloging, and the just getting everything ready to get packaged. So that is my big task this week. I also need to get some video clips ready for a friend of mine. I was supposed to do that last week as well, but that just kept getting away from me. And I also have the Creative Mornings video to edit. Neither of those things should take very long, and so I feel okay that I spent my Monday differently, but it's definitely not what I would recommend, because when you are the boss and you decide to do something differently, you have to make up the time that you decided to spend elsewhere. When you are the boss, you don't get to pass the buck on to somebody else. You can't delegate it necessarily, unless you're paying somebody to do that, but I don't have the funding to do that yet. So, yeah, being the boss is not all it's cracked up to be. Overall, it has been a good day. You can see that it is 5:30. As of right now, the only thing that I need to finish out is getting my video files together for Kelsey. I am tired, so I might come back to that later on this evening. Otherwise, I may be able to move it to tomorrow morning. You can see that tomorrow I have a lot of things going on. I have a haircut. Woohoo! I don't know if you've noticed over the last few weeks, but my hair has become quite crazy business. I'm hanging out with a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a while, and then Robo and I have the opportunity to go see Blade Runner 2049 at a
local small theater that specializes in this stuff. They've got a talk afterwards about the tech, and I'm super excited because I love Blade Runner, like I love the original, and I love 2049. So, if that all doesn't work to get Kelsey's stuff done, I will move it to Thursday, because right now I'm looking really good. So I am extremely happy about this, and because of how things are shaping out, I don't feel really bad about taking Monday, where I spent the whole day writing fiction.
Oh man, you can see what I mean about my hair being crazy business. My bangs are so long. So, yesterday, I said earlier that I was going to get to this. Yesterday, I spent all day writing fiction. Now, I am an author. I have been writing for a very, very long time. And the book that I had published, or that I published back in, was it last summer? I think it was just last summer. Was, however, about video editing. It was not about fiction. But when I was in high school, college, I used to write fiction all the time. And so sitting down and having the opportunity just to write never really happens anymore. The last time that I spent like all day writing was probably shortly after I lost my job in 2013, and I sat down and wrote a piece of short science fiction, which I like to work on here and there, but like to work on all day straight and like really just get everything out, that doesn't really happen. So anyway, because of this, when an idea pops into my head, I like to try to sit down and at least capture the gist of it so that I can retain it for later. Unfortunately, I do not sit down long enough every single day to sit down and write and actually let the muse comes when she comes. And so as a result, I have to be very responsible when I get an idea and actually sit down and write it down. But yesterday, in sitting down and writing it down, I inadvertently kept going. Like literally for 6.5, 7 hours straight, just kept writing. And in the process, I discovered that I have not just the bulk of one book, but maybe a series here, which will be really interesting because now I'm like, oh great, now I have to sit down and actually write this thing. But the cool thing is that for the first time since I started writing, like back in, good grief, I've been writing since 3rd grade. But I mean, back since like I got really serious about writing fiction back in college and in high school, I can actually participate in NaNoWriMo in November, which I'm really excited about. If you're not familiar with what NaNoWriMo is, it is the National Novel Writers Month. And so the idea is that throughout the month of November, you try to write a 50,000 word novel. It's like there's all these support groups and whatnot. And because of the things that are going on with me and my little alien, for those of you who don't know, I have a benign tumor called a fibroid growing in my uterus. And so that's needing to be dealt with. And I'm looking at having a surgery here in October. And so that means I have a recovery time. So it means that I'm going to have some time on my hand, potentially in November, where I'm going to be sitting down a lot and recovering and I can just write. So this is kind of a cool thing, but it meant that I spent all day yesterday knocking some stuff out, just trying to get story structure down. And I have to admit, like, I've been sneaking minutes today in between things to like fill other stuff out. So we'll see what happens. I'm really excited just because I haven't had an opportunity to do this forever, and I love writing. It for a long time, writing was my way of communicating stories because I didn't have video tools yet. So I'm really looking forward to writing this out, to getting some of this stuff fleshed out. And the cool thing is that tonight, Rob was actually not home. He's helping a friend of his fix a car. And so I'm going to have some more time tonight to like work on this and have fun. But right now, this is the end of my workday. So it's 5:45. I need to go get some food because I'm really hungry. Tomorrow's going to be interesting just because haircut, my friend Sherry, Blade Runner. It'll be a lot of fun, but not a lot of work. And
I swear there's mountains on the other side of there somewhere.
it is Wednesday. I am getting ready to finish out my walk here in a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's kind of disappointing going for walks right now because you can't see the mountains anywhere. We've had a lot of smoke up in the upper atmosphere, and that's been keeping things cloudy. And then we've also had a fair amount of humidity, and that is keeping things all humid and cloudy. And so I literally haven't seen the mountains, I think, in a month and a half. So It's kind of depressing. But anyway, today I'm getting my hair cut, woo woo, and my friend Sherry is coming over. And in between that, I'm going to try and get a little bit of stuff done, just because I have a couple of hours to kill between now and getting my hair cut. I finally have my video clips conforming for Kelsey, so I'm getting this done while I am waiting to head off to my hair appointment. That's actually going to happen here in just a few more minutes, so I'm trying to get as many of these finished as I can. Oh, well, that was short-lived. I just walked in for my appointment. Apparently the person that they had me scheduled with is not there today. He's actually in school right now, and so basically a clerical error, and they're like, we're so sorry, can we schedule for tomorrow? And the reality is, yeah, actually I can reschedule for tomorrow. So I'm gonna get back to my house, and I am going to finish conforming those clips for Kelsey, because now I have plenty of time. I'm back from my haircut. Look at this. Look at this. I don't normally trust anybody with my hair because I have these curls and most people do not cut them correctly at all. But I needed my hair cut because 1, I didn't want to do it this time. 2, I messed it up last time I did it. I took a big chunk out of here that should not have been taken out. So I got it fixed, and I think I might have actually found a salon that I trust, which is fantastic. And mostly because they're not too far from my house, so A+. But today's work, I need to get the Creative Mornings video finished. I need to get a tutorial video created, or a tutorial cheat sheet created for the archive project so they know how to problem solve. I took a bunch of pictures the other day while I was going through the process of setting everything back up. That way I could use that as material, going like, hey, are you getting the screen? You should go do this. So I got to put that together, and you know, I actually haven't looked at my to-do list yet, so I really should do that so I know what the heck I'm doing today.
Oh, that's apparently all that I'm doing today, which isn't really true. If this stuff takes all day, fine, but if it doesn't, I need to finish out those video sets for Kelsey. I've got half of the work done. Now I just need to prepare a spreadsheet. Yay, fun, kind of, sort of, maybe.
Oh my goodness, it is 1:30. I started this at 11:30. I am just now finally getting to edit the talk down. I swear this takes longer every single time. Well, not that it takes longer every time that I do it, but despite my best efforts to streamline this, it takes longer. So I'm trying to work on this. Today I had to export slides from a PDF to get the JPEGs, and that is what partially bugged up the time. So anyway, oh goody, my footage is finally finished importing. I'm going to get back into editing this and hopefully get it out, because crying out loud, this should have been done like an hour ago, I wished. So anyway.
Hooray, this is finally going. Only an hour later after I was doing this.
So now that this is rendering, I can let it sit. It's probably going to take at least 20 minutes to do its thing, and then I got to upload it. So I've at least got, you know, some time here where I can work on other things. The only annoying thing is that most of my afternoon is already gone, so that's a little frustrating. But, yeah. It is what it is. Thankfully, this is like the only other thing that I really need to get done, like the thing for Prov, doing that troubleshooting cheat sheet, this, and then finishing out my video sets for Kelsey. Those are like the only 3 things that I have to do. So this is going to get off my plate today. I am probably going to be able to knock out the thing for Prov as well. I hope. I should be able to do that. And then that leaves me to tomorrow to do all those video sets for Kelsey and just get those ready to send off for her. And so that's going to finish out this work week really nicely. Yeah. Hooray. Hi, it's Friday, and yeah, today is my last day of my work week. I'm glad to be here. I'm tired. I love what I do, but I'm tired.
But I also have a fair bit more work to do today than I thought I did or planned to do, and it's entirely my fault. I was a naughty person yesterday. I got my video done for Creative Mornings. That's all online. I need to send the link out just so that it can get previewed by everybody. And then, rather than working on the thing for Prov, I decided to continue to flesh out that piece of fiction that I started working on Monday. I've been working on this in and around other tasks, so like typing away at things here and there, getting, rather than just like working through like what was basic plot, now moving on to story structure and just fleshing things out. And I'm actually really, really excited about it. If I really can pull off writing this and like sitting down long enough to write this, I think it's going to be a really, really cool thing. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm sorry I can't tell you anything about it, and that's because I have this really bad habit that if I tell somebody the plot or what the thing's about, I jinx it, and then I don't write anything at all. So I'm not going to do that. I don't want to do that, but I am... I don't know, writing fiction, writing books, writing stories, being a storyteller like this is at my core. And so to have a story like this, to have an opportunity to write, which is something that I used to do a lot, is kind of bringing me back to my roots, and I'm really happy about it. But now I got to figure out how to fit it into my life. So I got to get home, and I got to get to the work that I need to do. And then once I get that done, then I can play. It is the end of Friday. I have all the things done for Prov that I need to have done, and I actually went in and did a whole bunch of other like little tidying up of details. So that is ready to go. Yay! I can still do some work on the back end, just like uploading photos still and like tagging things. So I'm probably going to still work on that a little bit next week just to kind of get them along a little bit further. The last batch of photos that I put on there a while back was like huge, so there's a lot of stuff still to tag and catalog for them, and so I'm going to try and get some more of that finished before I leave for my trip to Creative Mornings Summit and to go visit my parents here coming up. So I'm really looking forward to that. That happens after next week, so yeah, not this coming Tuesday, but next Tuesday I'm going to be flying out of here and enjoying the Creative Mornings Summit from Tuesday to Friday, and then Friday afternoon until the following Wednesday I'll be with my parents. So I'm really looking forward to that. Anyway, end of day Friday, things are looking good. I'm still working on that metadata cataloging for Kelsey, so I got to look at her instructions again. They were really confusing. So I'm going to try and work on that a little bit and maybe knock some of it out before Robo gets home, and otherwise put that together this weekend so that she has those things. I know her stuff is like running behind on her end, but I really don't want to be wicked late for her. So anyway, that is the end of this work week. I will see you all next week. I hope you guys have a great weekend. I mean, you guys are watching this after your weekend, so I hope you had a great weekend. Anyway, this is a look at this week. This is everything that's happened this week, and we will see what happens from here. I'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.